Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Knife channel. In this video we're going to talk SuperCoach NBL, which is opened up. I didn't realise, I guess been following the NRL this weekend with the head-to-head grand finals on. But yeah, so it's open, so I've recreated the league from last year, so if you were already in the league last year you should have been sent an invitation already. Otherwise, there is the league code here, so 141970. I've got 16 teams there, might be optimistic, but we'll see how we go with that. Let's put a team together. So I haven't really looked at this too much at all, if I'm being honest. But for those that might be new to the concept, you get $2 million salary cap. You only have to pick 10 players, which is cool. And as you can see, there's 4 forwards, 2 centers, 4 guards. One of the unique things with NBL SuperCoach is that the bench actually scores. So you get 50% of the scores on the bench. So you still pick your main players in the main first 5, I suppose. But you don't want to be picking out and out nuffs that don't score any points. You do want bench players that are contributing. So it's a little bit more of a challenge. In that sense, it is good in another sense that with trades, you get 2 trades every week. Plus, I think there's 5 trade boosts. And so basically, you can, max trade every week. You don't have to worry about keeping trades in the back pocket. So let's put a bit of a team together. So in the forward line, it doesn't look like there's a lot of massively expensive options. Xavier Cooks looks pretty expensive. Not sure what his story is, considering he didn't play, but he is very popular. So might see if we can fit him in alongside. Don't know. I know Melbourne United have a good run to start with, so maybe Goulding. He's just solid, not necessarily spectacular, but he'll do well in those double game weeks that are coming up. We'll do the bench at the same time, so we'll probably scroll down. And I might just follow the crowd a little bit. Lachlan Olbrich, he was a popular one last year, so I guess a lot of people will just go on off name. Casey Prather from the Bullets, don't know much about him. Don't know much about any of these guys, to be fair. This is definitely not my strong point. Henschel's pretty popular, and he's at the right price for me, so I'll bring him in. Don't know, that's about it. So you can see like the cheapest prices down the bottom here. If we can get any of these guys, we'll absolutely have them. But not too sure. Maybe we'll leave the last spot blank and we'll just fit in who we can. Excuse me. So in the centres, so a couple of big names out from last year. So I guess we can improvise. Interesting. Jonah Bolden's gone to New Zealand Breakers. He was at Sydney last year. So I think definitely Zakarski's an up-and-coming guy. I remember him from last year, so 45%. I think a lot of people are on board with that too. Not a lot of options at centre by the looks of it. So I guess we could just go cheap and chase some value. Or we can go one of the mid-price or one of the premiums. Maybe Pinder at the Wildcats. And then guards. So we are going to run out of money pretty quickly with this strategy. So I guess maybe... Maybe I should have done guards first, because you can see clearly the guards are the ones that average the most, but also the most expensive. So like Bryce Cotton, Jackson Cartwright's always popular. Although with New Zealand, I guess they are away for rounds 2 and 3, so just something to be mindful of if you pick them. Um, so the likes of Sobey, Doyle were good last year. Crawford, I guess with Melbourne we could go Dover with their good run. Um, yeah, lots of high quality options here. So definitely, I think we want two elite options here. Just whichever other one do we want. So I guess we can afford whoever. Let's just lock in Cotton. So 440. So guess if we can go a bit cheaper here. Or hang on, do we go a bit? We'll go a bit down from Cotton maybe. Yeah, because I guess for about 100k cheaper we can get the likes of a Cal or a Milton Doyle or Sobey. Let's go Sobey because then that gives us enough money to get one of the premium centers. So I might stick with Pinder. And then we are going to be scraping the barrel for the last three. So the team may not end up like this. Um, yeah, let's just go by ownership. We'll just follow the crowd at this point. They usually know more than me anyway. So Jack White is a popular forward, fairly cheap. Maybe we'll get out of Cooks. Oh yeah, he's at Melbourne as well. So I'll just go Prather. Um, should have a look at the centres as well, I suppose, on ownership. So a lot of people going fairly cheap. Um, I saw a bit on Code Sports about this guy, Almanza, the Spanish lad. So he could be a bit of something like a Saar was last year, I suppose. Very similar roles. Um, so then Armstrong, highly owned. He was super cheap last year, so sort of mid-range this year. Maybe Pepper. I'm not sure if he's going to get a start there at Perth. And then what do we got? 350 in the bank. So what if we go back? Oh, we've already got two keepers there. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to swing Prather into, if I can find him again, into the guard position. We'll put Almanza. Oh, excuse me. Almanza into the forward line. And then yeah, we can afford Pinder. So I guess yeah, if you use the sort of budget wisely, you can get a pretty decent starting team. And then you want players that are playing on the bench, but there's still a couple of weeks away till the first game. There'll be a lot more information come out, and we'll definitely update the team before then. As you can see, the 19th of September is the first match of the season. So we'll go with something like that. I won't worry about captain, vice captain at this point, but yeah, there's the team, and just another final plug for the league. So if you're wanting to join in, the league code 141970. I'll put a link in the description below this video as well. I guess if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, you can put them below the description in the comment section. Give us a like if you enjoy the SuperCoach content and NBL in particular. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports stuff we've got on the channel. Other than that, we'll catch it in the next one.